All righty then. Welcome back to the J&J Monday on a Sunday. I'm your host J77 along with Josh Ken with our Penguin hat. We got a lot of
No,
cover to do. Why don't you say hello, Josh?
the penguin head is cute.
She's enjoying her hat, by the way. We got a world, but unfortunately, I have to put that aside for a moment here. And the reason is, in case you guys have not heard, this made the front page of both of my papers, by the way. Very, very serious. The last time I have checked, 1,000 people had perished during the quake. This is something that even though J77, my channel, Johnson channel, what we do here is mostly entertainment, mostly good old fun. We rant, we talk about entertainment, we talk about movies. There are times where I will pause a bit and give my respect for those who have passed on. This is something that is a reminder of how precious life is and how things like this can actually happen, not just in one country, but here as well. Life, I know there's people not just in the United States that look at YouTube and this podcast, but there's also people across the country, UK, Japan, even Nepal. And I just want to give a time to say, my hearts and prayers goes out to them, as well as those who are surviving and trying to, rebuild themselves. This is something that's going to take time, a lot longer than what we go through. And we go through a lot in terms of earthquakes as well. We get earthquakes more so than what people realize. But again, when something like this happens, you want to take time out. You want to, reflect, and you also, most importantly, want to give, your hearts and prayers to those who have been affected by this. And this is something. I don't want to go too long on this, but this is something I want to condolences to those out there in Nepal and for those who have lost loved ones. Josh, you want anything to say, or
Not, I can't really, add more than what you've stated. Giving respects to people who died. Hopefully, nothing. That there are lots of survivors.
you know, right now I will be following this story. I wanted to know because I know the United States is going through something. I know a lot of other countries going through something, get together to help rebuild that country up. But it is a real tragedy. It is something that has happened. I found out about this when I woke up when I was actually on my way to Manhattan. So again, we need to take time out. Entertainment is more as a distraction of what we deal with. Is something that makes us laugh. Makes us think a little bit, and also just us from overthinking of the often harsh reality that we live in at times. But when it comes to something like this, you take time out, say a prayer, and that we're thinking about you. We hope that that everything will turn out well um, down the road. All right, Josh, if you have anything to say, we'll move right on. Um,
I I don't have anything else to say. You've covered that really well.
okay, so we're gonna move right on. We got a lot of stuff to talk about here. Josh got a couple stories she wants to talk about. I got a couple stories I want to talk about. The main title of the story is "Why the Hate," because Josh is gonna have brought up something that she has going to be talking about, and I'm going to be sitting here and listening because they're up close and personal. That's why I call it "Why the Hate," because this is something that she has have a lot to say about. It's about Josh Sweden, by the way. For those who don't know, Josh Whedon is the director of the Avengers one and the Avengers upcoming Avenger movies. He also done a lot of other projects down the road. And from according to what Josh Johnson has been following, there's been a lot of hate going his way. Now I'm curious. I didn't read anything about this story. I've been focusing on the other stories that I'm going to be talking about.
It's not
But I
really
am
one
curious.
article. It's basically a bunch of people on the internet talking.
Well, the internet can be. You got to remember, the internet is a wild west. People say a lot of stupid things and they say a lot of crazy things. You can't really go crazy about that. But it is something that you brought up. It is something that you seem to be very, very passionate about, especially when we did our off-air conversation. So I'm gonna let this be your moment to share this, um, and I'm gonna let you have the floor. Go ahead and take it away.
Right.
Why
Yeah,
all the hate?
well, yeah, the Josh Whedon is most famous for Buffy the Vampire Slayer as a series that's not really related to the movie of the same title. For those of you who have, no idea that there was like a previous movie, and in the TV series, uh, Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Buffy the Vampire Slayer, aka Buffy Summers, and she's allowed to be, a ditzy girl who, falls, in love. She's able to, go through all these experiences of growing up while still being extremely kick ass. And then there's in the show, there's also a Willow who starts out as this very shy, wallflower sort of character, and through the course of the series, she's able to get a real backbone and develop for better or worse. I haven't. Okay, I don't know what that would count as a spoiler, but I haven't seen the episode where Tara dies, but I know that she Willow is somehow responsible for her death. So like you start off with this really wallflower good character, and she goes through all these developments. And Josh Whedon is really good at writing female characters, and I haven't seen all of Firefly or all of the movie Serenity, but there's a married couple, Zoe and Wash. Wash is the guy who's the pilot of the ship, and Zoe's the second in command. And Zoe is very tough, very no nonsense, and Wash is like this really silly, goofy guy. And when Wash dies, Zoe doesn't, back down or, cry or, oh, what am I going to do without my man? She kicks ass. And, so he's
So,
very good at
so,
writing characters, females and complex relationships. So, he has done a lot of good things.
so what's all the hate coming from then?
I,
If
I
this is
swear,
a this sounds like it's a good thing.
yeah, I think the whole thing, I'd have to really trace the timeline back, but it seemed like since he did, the Avengers and he's more in the spotlight than he was before, people, like to tear him apart, which was really strange because, like, previously they were like a bunch of Tumblr people or reblogging, Josh Whedon's statement of you're either a feminist or you're against women or something like that. And so, it seemed for a
Okay,
little bit there was very pro
hold on a
Whedon,
second.
but the
Hold on,
problem,
I'll let you continue. Hold on, I'm gonna let you continue. I will let you continue because I am curious about this. We had discussed this before, and if you don't remember, I will remind you. You do realize that Tumblr is not actually one of the greatest social
I
networking sites in
know
the
it
world.
isn't, but still, it's like some of the most bullshit things. Like I go on the site a bunch of the
Right.
time. So, I don't like get involved in the debates there because it's like there's nothing to debate. But still it's like after a year or so of seeing that it's like what so it's and then the problem also is the whole putting on a pedestal. People put others on the pedestal and treat them nearly as godlike, not just Josh Whedon, but other celebrities. So when they show like a little bit of humanity to them, it's only like, oh my God, they're human. We must attack them now. It's,
I am curious because here's the thing. I haven't written anything on Tumblr in almost a year. I still go there occasionally because I just find it amusing. I don't take it seriously as I know Yahoo have taken over. I don't know what they're doing because it seems like the same thing that's been
It,
going
it
on. It is
basically
a
it's
it
sort of
is a
like YouTube, where the layout like changes randomly for no reason without fixing stuff that needs to be fixed.
well, that is definitely true. But the point is that I can never take what I mean. There are some good blogs in Tumblr. I have seen it. Narrate other whole mess of other stuff. That is, and I'm gonna give you the direct it is, and I don't. You don't have to take my word for it. Talk to anyone who used to be a Tumblr, who is still is a Tumblr now, and they getting frustrated because their good work is being covered through tons of porn. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Huh.
It's I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but it's
Oh,
being
I have a funny
really
story
been
about
overtaken.
Tumblr. And someone I know who wanted to go to Tumblr to see all the porn, and for some reason he wasn't able to. And I'm like, that's like, I just sometimes browse down my dash and suddenly there's a bunch of dicks. Like, ta-da! You can like go into any tag and suddenly there's a dick. It's like, what's hard about finding porn?
Well, that's what that's becoming. I mean, I know that YouTube by announced they're trying to crack down and put a more control bar where only adults can actually access it, but it doesn't really. Tumblr, I can't. I don't remember. I get more. I get more interested Twitter on feed even two, 3 sentences long than I do with that. I don't got Facebook. I'm not planning to get Facebook, but to me, anytime when somebody writes hate mail on Tumblr, I just look at it and say, yeah, you really don't have nothing better to do because Tumblr, you're not going to get too many viewership unless you really have a strong fan base already that you already promoted from probably YouTube or Twitter or anybody else. But since you brung it up, and they're accusing Joss Whedon of being effeminate.
No,
If
no,
I'm
not
Joss Whedon,
accusing, not accusing of being a feminist, accusing of being sexist and ableist and like a bunch of other shit. It's like really amusing.
okay,
It's
repeat that. Repeat that. I didn't get that.
they
What did they accuse them of doing?
well, it's not accusing of being a feminist because in Tumblr where the social justice warriors are really the majority, that's not a problem for being called a feminist. I think it's like called a sexist, and then if he's for women's right, he's being blamed for being for women's right because he's a man, and it's like we could do like an entire series of podcasts like trying to decipher what the fuck goes into some minds. I go on Tumblr really mainly for fandom stuff. Like people do like awesome gifs and pictures, and then you browse down your dash and you get all this bullshit.
All right, so he's being accused of something that makes no sense to me.
Exactly.
And how many people are accusing him of something that makes no sense to me? A
It's
hundred,
just so
50.
I. It's the SJUs, as I said, were like the majority. They're basically the. I'm going to be stereotyping. I know a few decent SJWs, but the majority is just like
Say
I'm
what you
just
gotta
going to get
say.
mad at. I'm going to get mad at anything. Trying to take things apart and getting mad at anything. It's just
Say what you gotta say. I like to know who these people are.
uh,
I am curious
yeah. So
because here's the thing: if you want to sit, here's the thing. I'll say this: Josh has interesting characters who I'll put it this way because she was already in one of the movies. Her better when she was in an Avengers. So to sit there and get mad at the fact that he's bringing strong female characters, I kind of wondering who these people are and what their gender are and how they view women. That's all I want to say about that. That's all I want to
okay.
say. Because if you're gonna get mad at Mark's, you just said yourself, he has made a lot of good, strong female characters. A lot of female characters that basically put the word girl power into the mix. So I like to know: are these females that are saying this, or they
There are
or is
females.
it male, or there's
There's
a little bit of
females.
females?
There's
And
I can't I don't know the exact demographic, and I'm one of those people that I don't like to say something unless I'm really sure of the exact facts. If you have read Stranger from a Strange Land, there's these group of people who, when they're on the clock, will only say what they see. Like if they're looking
I
at a
don't know.
building, they'll just say what color the wall they see is. They won't say anything about any other wall in the house. So, sorry. Are you okay?
All right. So what else are they saying about Josh Sweden
Well,
that make?
one of the things with Age of Ultron is they're messing with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch's backstory. It's something I not really looking up because there's, I believe Sony and Disney are sharing Quicksilver, so there's going to be a bunch of, stuff that they're going to have to do just to please the deal or whatever. So I don't know uh, what what Josh Whedon decided and what he was sort of forced to decide because of, the whole sharing the Quicksilver thing. But they're blaming him of like, oh my God, how they changed the story of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. And give me like a few moments because I'm not a big, comic book reader, but because I think in the comics they
So
were Romanian or whatever, and so now they're being used as like Nazi experiments. So people are getting offended at that, thinking, and I don't know, where to put the blame, but it's. Oh, I'm sorry. Just whenever Quicksilver being brought up, being shared between the two studios, my mind just goes like blank.
well, here's the thing. Okay, so let me get it straight. They're upset. They're mad because that the side of the Marvel universe have changed. Keep in mind, Marvel universe is still Marvel that holds the final say here. Just want to let that be known. Has decided to change the character so it won't cross hairs with Fox's X Men's universe. And even though they didn't say nothing about Brian Singer, who I'm pretty sure had did some changes himself with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, they're gonna go after Josh Sweden for doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was like looking forward around the time X-Men Days of Future Past came out. And like on Tumblr, people weren't really talking about that. There might have been like a rare post or two that I missed. But yeah, it was like, it's like, I think it's just because Josh Whedon's like really in the spotlight at the moment. And it's just like, this
But
is the strange shit that occurs in people's minds.
here's the thing I don't get. Damn, he's so let me get straight. Quicksilver is the reason why one of the main reasons why they have a problem with Josh Sweden.
Because
Nobody's saying on Scarlet Witch. Because Scarlet Witch is okay, but Quicksilver, that's where we draw the line. I'm
well,
kind of
it's
curious.
actually both of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch being, not being experimented and sort of Nazi children. That's sort of what everyone's getting offended about. And but there was like in X-Men Days of Future Past, no one was really looking at how Quicksilver's lineage in that movie was. Like they weren't no discussion, not really as much discussion nor as much anger. So I don't know. It's funny to keep on hearing you say I don't get it because I'm like exactly.
Uh, okay. I'm assuming that these people who are showing the hate have already seen Age of Ultron.
No, this started like a year ago,
Oh, a year ago. That's very nice of them.
and
So yes, that makes perfectly good sense now. A year ago, we haven't even seen the movie yet. Nothing's happened, and we're talking about a year
oh,
ago. So they still hating. You're 1 year later, still hating on this guy, right? Okay.
Yeah, I
Got
think
reassure
probably
me.
more
This
than a
guy only
year.
gave us one of the best. This Josh Whedon only gave us one of the best team action films we ever had. It was the perfect balance of action, comedy, and even in many times romance, and to a degree. And you guys are complaining. Have anybody seen Wonder Woman, the TV pilot?
No.
Anybody seen that? I'm just curious because
Comment
they
below.
messed up a female character. If anybody have seen that, let me know. And you tell me, was that what you want to see in your female characters? That's all I gotta say. That's what you is. Give me a reason why. I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm not even saying you're nuts. Just give me that reason. What else are they saying about Joss Sweden? Because I know
Look,
there's more.
I'm sorry. I
Go on.
just my brain is exploding because I
This
say
movie,
bullshit. Because I say the bullshit that people are saying, then I get to hear you say, "Can you please explain this to me?" And I'm like, I can't explain it to myself.
there's nothing to explain. There's a bunch
Oh,
of
there
guys too,
isn't.
or here's the thing. Okay, this movie is gonna come out in a few weeks. The
It's
posters are
already
out
came
already.
out in England, I
People are
believe.
talking about.
It came out
Hmm?
in uh,
No, no,
England.
no,
Yeah, because
I
Omar
know.
saw it. That bastard saw it without me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm not looking at anything that is being written. I know they've seen it because they broke records already, in terms of box office receipts. So I already know that's being circulated. I'm not worried about that until this film comes to the United States, until I can walk to my theater that's down the block and see this film. I am not talking about that movie. I am not looking at any reviews. I am not looking at any, Wikipedia, which spoils everything. When a film comes out in the UK and not here, it spoils the film. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna watch this film. I'm gonna enjoy this film. I'm gonna watch it as a scene. But with that being said, all right, as the hate goes, like I said, you're the first one that talked about this. To me, you got it from Tumblr.
Good. I'm
That's
sorry. There's
already madly that tells me
I
that
just
automatically gives me.
sometimes Tumblr actually seeps into the real world, and that's when it gets really annoying. It's like, oh, okay, I can deal with the cray, on this side, and sometimes I go on to other places. And it's like the cray was supposed to stay over here. Cray
Look,
means crazy.
Tumblr's claim to fame. Tumblr's claim to fame was somebody put a picture of a dress that was stolen in the Academy Awards, and people want to know was it green or white or red. I do not care. That's
That
how I
would
see
be
Tumblr.
so fucking.
Um, with that being said, he's a director. He's a director that every person who loves comic books actually going to have attention to. He has done a tremendously good job with the Avengers series, more so than I think anybody expected to. Again, I got nothing else to say about it. If there's a hatred because how he betrayed women, which makes no sense to me whatsoever, then you have to tell me why. Let's talk
Yeah,
about Quicksilver is not one of them because
yeah.
unless I
He
check,
has
Quicksilver's
made
male,
some
and
mistakes,
that
in the
don't
past.
count. Now,
But they're
and
not
as for
really
the
what
comic book
people are
purists,
focusing on. Sorry, I can't shut up.
as for the comic book purists, I'm gonna say this right now. You may hate me for saying this, but too bad. You need to understand something here. Hollywood pictures, no matter if it's made for TV, no matter if it's made for the big screen, no matter if it's the radio adaptation, they're not gonna always stick to the original storyline. Okay, they're going to do what they feel is first of all they're gonna make it as a marketing decision, whether you like it or not. It's always gonna be a marketing decision. Two, you also gotta understand that the directors are gonna have their own version, their own spin on things. Nothing is gonna be based on on our favorite books or comic book adaptation. It's just not happening. The Avengers movie, Age of Ultron, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen in the UK and loved, that's not based on the comic book. It's based on it, but it's not word for word, panel for panel. Because the last time I checked, Tony Stark didn't create Ultron. I'm just saying, he didn't. So we need to be very mindful that hey, our favorite characters they're gonna is a different version. This is a movie version. This is the Marvel universe. And guess what? If you have two Quicksilvers and two Scarlet Witch, something is going to separate the two. They're not gonna put them on the same time because they're not on the same universe. They're
Yeah,
not.
they
Okay.
with
There's gonna
one of the differences between the X-Men and the Avengers is that the Avenger MCU isn't able to reference mutants. So Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's dad in the MCU is not Magneto, while in the X-Men universe it is. He is Quicksilver's father. I don't think in X-Men Days of Future Past as Scarlet Witch was really shown in clearly as Scarlet Witch.
she was the little girl
Oh yeah. As
when they were
I meant
sitting
like
down
clearly,
watching
like
television.
it's not something that you would have to go to comic book
That was her
nerds
little
to
sister.
figure out.
But like I said, they're gonna have different versions because there's different studios doing two different characters. They're not gonna have them cross hairs with each other. They're not gonna have the same origin story. And you know what? That's fine with me. My question is, can this movie be good? Does John Sweden hold up his end of bargain of being a good director? That's it. All right. If you're going to hate him and for changing the story Quicksilver and calling him whatever because how he portrays women. So first of all, you got no leg to stand on because he's done a tremendously good job with the female characters he has. All right. Keep in mind, I'm gonna. This is when Iron Man 2 was released. I wasn't big on Scarlett Johansson's character. I wasn't. And then Avengers came out, and that changed completely. I want her, and that's because Joss Whedon had the vision of giving this character her own little spin, her own development. All right,
Yeah, she
this is
was
why I
like
feel that
able
she
to be
needs a whole movie.
afraid. She was able, not just be a kick-ass woman, but she was also able to be really deathly afraid. Like when Bruce hulked out on the helicarrier, she was able to, just have this, oh shit, do I really want to fight? Don't I? And she was able to also overcome sort of that fear by the end of the movie a little bit. And now in Avengers 2, yeah, sorry, I shipped. I read one
That's the big.
fic.
That's
I read one fic and suddenly I just shipped the pair. I just sort of because uh, how it deals with her and how she, views and sort of fears Bruce because he's something she can't control like she's used to. And I really love that dynamic of the duo.
hmm
So,
well, like I said, Josh. Unless you can tell me straight up the reason why you hate Josh Whedon, unless you tell me he's Michael Bay's secret brother, which even that won't even make it. Even that
yeah,
won't
well,
justify. I cannot get the hate. Listen, I'm pretty sure there's people who feel that the Avengers was not as good as it is. I'm pretty sure they feel that Josh Whedon is overrated. It happens. Um, that's golden territory. There are people who don't like Steven Spielberg for some reason. There's people that don't who don't like some of the new directors, that McQueen, because he's too much into RC films. But do not, if you're going to accuse him of something, make sure you're accusing him of something right. Don't say that he betrays women the wrong way when in fact he's actually done it perfectly. In films, he's been the only one, in my opinion, who have done it right and continue to do it right. That's just my own think about this. But I'm glad you brought it up because it is bringing up something about who he is. I actually think Josh Whedon had a good sense of humor, especially when it comes to politics. But again, it's Tumblr. I
I
can't take Tumblr seriously.
as I
Really,
said, you just read it long enough, and it's like you don't really take it seriously, but you just look at posts and just going, why? I'm not going to. argue with you. I mean, sometimes I'll look at the replies to see at least if there's one sane person, and then I'll just maybe like that reply or you just move on because just knowing there's one sane person on the site is.
Well, it is something else. It was fun. It was entertaining. Not to talk about. I'm pretty sure those who are big fans of Sweden or non-fans of Sweden will have they say, especially when I post this for the first time in the months. Automatic expression. Um, and I'd like to hear your opinion on that as well. But like I said, the hate to me, I can't take it seriously. I just can't. What I can take seriously, unfortunately, is the update I'm about to talk about. Bobby Brown had made news. Are you aware of that, Josh?
No.
You don't watch the news much, do you?
No, I don't know. I like this is funny why you got me as a co-host because I like hardly pay attention to the news. And you're like all up to date about like everything. I just hear like I see the news channel sometimes.
hmm Well, here's what's been going on with Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown made the news, and I really do feel for this guy. It's been a crazy few months for him. And this is updated about his daughter, who has been in the hospital for almost going on 6 7 months now. Um, she was found face down in the tub. She was rushed to the hospital. She was unresponsive, and she has been in a medically-induced coma for quite some time. Now, I have mentioned this before. The news reports have gotten so out of control that I couldn't even didn't even do a video on it until things started filtering down. Um, Apparently, the update was basically spawned by what Bobby Brown has said, and Bobby Brown have doubled down a little bit. What has happened is in a concert tour, he addressed the people in the audience in the concert that his daughter's is awake. She's responsive. She's looking at me, and it brought a shock to everyone. The crowd was cheering, but it shocked everyone in the news world and even in the World Wide Web to the point where the family had actually had to go and make an announcement to the press saying that's not the case. She is still unresponsive. She is out of a medically induced coma. Bobby Brown did double down and said that she's not responsible, but she's doing great. She's making improvements, and even his wife, which I didn't even realize he was remarried, have even said that he's going through a lot of emotional stress. He's going through a lot of things with his daughter. That's one of the reasons why he said what he said in the concert. I can 100% believe that, and I completely understand what she's saying. And listen, there's a lot of things. A lot of people out there, do not like Bobby Brown. Largely because of the situation with him and Whitney Houston. A lot of people blame him for getting Whitney Houston addicted to drugs. And there is only so much you can blame the guy for when you have to really look at the big picture. Say she is just as much responsible for her habits as he was. But there's no question that when it comes to this is very very sad because the reports, and this is the only true report that is linking to everything. She has suffered from severe. She has now had severe brain damage, probably irreversible brain damage. Um, the doctor said she, according to a lot of reports, she could live, which is a good news, but she would never be the same. Um, that's how serious this situation is, and who knows how this is going to play out in the end. She's still not responsive. She probably will never be responsive. And if she is, she will never have an independent life ever again. She may have to have people wait on her hand and foot. She may have to have someone to be there to I'll care for. This is a 22-year-old woman we're talking about here, and have her life altered, and that's how sad this thing is. And what's even worse about this is not going to end. There is still a lot of questions regarding what happened from her ex-boyfriend or boyfriend, whatever he is, to the circumstances of how she was found. And I have yet to hear any new results from the police department in Los Angeles. Not that I have any confidence in the Los Angeles County Police to begin with, but I find this very, very odd and also very sad that we have not heard anything from them. But you better believe there's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of because Bobby's daughter is worth a lot. She is the heir to her mother's estate, so there's going to be a lot of questions on that alone. And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm the LAPD, if I am the person who is in charge of investigation, I'll make it my business to get all the facts if I can. And if there was foul play involved, it was something criminal, to prosecute those who are responsible. Again, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not buying, um, based on the report I am saying, that this is just an accident. Something happened, and they need to get something done. With that being said, as far as Bob Brown is concerned, I completely understand him making that announcement. But most importantly, I can completely understand how emotional wreck he is. Um, if you're a person who was a parent, who had a child like that, I'm pretty sure um, you will be dealing with something similar to what he's been dealing with. Um, the fact that he's going unconscious, knowing his daughter is still laying in a hospital bed, is stress enough for anybody to go through. Josh, again, you're up.
I just I haven't been keeping up with the story, obviously, so I can't really say one way or another because this is a really important discussion, and I don't want to be part of the problem of people saying shit, without really knowing what they're talking about. I mean, it seems from what you've said, it seems a very bad situation all around, and I hope she recovers as much as she can. But I can't really say much more than that at the moment.
Well, it's been a tough scenario here, and again, with all the news and the media, and to be fair with the media, not all of it is their fault. I mean, somebody was feeding them information, someone was feeding them radical information. The Daily News had reported on this before, and they got their information wrong. And they normally is good at fact checking things like this, but in terms of what has been going on right now, one can only wonder what, in terms of the investigation concern, what are they doing? Because I don't know if they actually is pursuing it hard enough, which they should. And at least from what I'm seeing on some reports, the one thing I do know is that the family has done everything they can to keep the reports at a minimum, because the reports flying all over the place, and they've actually kept it private, gave as much information they can, and you know what? It had worked because it kept all the junk stories from flying all over the place. And you and I both know, when reading these reports, reading what's going on social media news, some of these reports can go out of control, very
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah, part of the problem is that when people like on Tumblr reblog or Twitter retweet, or the thing is, like, they won't always fact check, and like if I think something's like a little bit fishy, I'll like Google it just to make sure it's actually true, because some people like on Tumblr at least will play around with the idiots by saying this totally true news story, and then having a source, and then the source being something like Rick rolling. So and the thing is, people will like reblog that shit without, seeing that the source, is proves that the whole shit is just a joke. And they'll be replying to it seriously and like getting all pissed off, and it's like, I share the same DNA with these people.
Well, that was the update I wanted to talk about. Again, um, you can, for those who hate Bob Brown, fine. You wanna accuse him of what happened. Fine. Don't get on him for this, all right? Because he is going through a lot of emotional state. That man is pretty much torn, and he's trying to move on. He's trying to do the best he can for the family right now, and that's the best they can add. So, end of that topic. Now, I didn't see the second trailer. I just want to let you know off the bat. I only saw one trailer of this, and that's all I wanted to say. Was I impressed with this trailer? Not really. But you seem to be impressed with the second trailer, which says a lot.
Yeah,
And I'm talking about.
okay, let me go into sort of my history with when I found out about Jurassic World. So I was basically wanted the franchise just to die after the third one, because that's how much the third one fucking pissed me off. I'm like, you totally, there was no Crichton involved. And this one, I can't remember if he had died at that point or not. But, Crichton wasn't involved. And then the whole thing was like this piece of shit. I mean, the dinosaurs were cool. But, it wasn't enough, to save the damn movie. So when I heard, oh, we're thinking about making a fourth movie, I'm just like, why? I suffered enough. But then I believe I saw a Chris Pratt's name attached sometime after I saw Guardians of the Galaxy. So I was like, okay, I liked him in Guardians of the Galaxy. Now I'm going to have to see this movie no matter what. And so when the Super Bowl trailer came out, I was like, okay, this is actually making me hopeful that, it's not going to be a total piece of shit. I still am a little reserved. And then when the second trailer came out, I'm like, I want to see this bitch now. It's the second trailer it shows Chris Pratt's character as a trainer, and he explains his whole sort of method of, training the raptors, being this not really about control, but about trust. And as I'm, really slowly trying to train my new parakeet Loki, I sort of really get that, because, when you train an animal, it's not about control, because they don't give a shit about you. It's more of, can I trust you?
Hmm. Well, I got feelings with Star Trek, all that. Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park 1. I thought it was a very good movie. Film. It wasn't nowhere near one, but then again, I didn't think they should have a sequel. It was close to the more so than the second one, but it was still an.
You're breaking up badly.
My, and I had this is when I actually got on YouTube and I talked about the possibility that Jurassic Park 4 could be made. And I remember saying, I don't want this film made if it's being forced. Steven Spielberg was supposed to direct it. I said, I don't think Steven Spielberg wants to direct. One of my earlier videos, you guys can check it out. The hate I got from one guy, and actually I haven't heard from him in a while because we actually became good friends. He really got on me. We had an argument, but I explained it to him.
Friendships that you first want to kill each other. You're like, I don't want to speak to you, bitch, and suddenly like a year or two later, like, you're my best pal.
It was weird because we had an argument. This guy was a big fan. This is when YouTube didn't start changing anything. He was a big fan of Jurassic Park. and he was crazy. He said all of a sudden they gonna be the N word and everything else.
Oh
And
my god.
I, yeah, it was crazy. And I typed like, really, man, it's just an opinion. But then before I went to type anywhere else, I went to his channel and I saw he had basic commercials of Jurassic Park toy figures, trailers. I mean, this guy was a big fan. So I said, okay, now I know what it is. And I told him, listen, don't want to do this movie. He shouldn't be forced to do this movie. Keep in mind, Steven Spielberg didn't want to do Indiana Jones 4. He was
He
pressured by a
shouldn't
lot of
have.
people, studios in Hollywood to do Indiana Jones 4. He did Indiana Jones 4 and people didn't like it. What would you
There was
expect? He didn't
no
want to do it.
Indiana Jones 4. Shut up.
He didn't like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but that's okay.
The what movie?
I will.
What? That was an actual movie? I just remember like an hour or two of pain.
But
Oh,
here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. I made it very clear. If they're gonna do this film, please do it right. Please give us something original. I have already seen three films almost the same way. Give me something original. Um, I think the first thing they tell me that they're doing something different was the fact that they didn't call it Jurassic Park. They called it Jurassic World. It felt like years had went past, and that they came back and they have done a lot of changes. Um, it looks like they actually got more high tech with their securities. And I said, okay, well, this looks good. So what messed it up? And sure enough, science found a way to mess it up.
okay. I'm gonna
And
have to quote some things from the second trailer because it just like the lady in charge is explaining to Chris Pratt's character. I forget the actress's name. I'm really sorry, but so she's like explained to Pratt about how they genetically modified for the wow factor, and Chris Pratt is like, they're dinosaurs. That's wow enough. So Pratt is going to seem to be a voice of reason, of saying, what the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you expect once you genetically modified a dinosaur to be really intelligent? And like near the end of the second trailer, the lady is, I'm going to paraphrase this, but she's like, oh my god, why is my super intelligent dinosaur super intelligent? It's just like, yeah, it's
I'm
the
just curious
genetically
as to how
modified
this.
dinosaurs that fuck shit up.
My question is this: see, you obviously love the trailer. I don't know. You seem to be very excited about the trailer.
Yeah, I am.
Again, I just didn't see the two trailers. I gotta do a entertainment roundup about how they messed up Terminator's trailers. And
Oh god, oh
if you
fuck.
and by the way, I don't normally do this. Shout out to Jeremy Johns. You are absolutely right about what they're doing with the Terminator trailers. You are
I
one
watched
hundred
the
percent
video.
right.
I watched Jeremy
You
Johns,
know,
and
I
yeah, sorry.
you know he said it good enough. I could possibly say I'm gonna still talk about it. This is why I didn't want to watch the second trailer of Jurassic World. I did not know how much they're gonna give.
Oh,
Right? Did they give too much away?
the Jurassic World trailer. I wouldn't say they really gave too much away. They gave the plot of the I-Rex, aka the Indominus Rex, aka why the fuck did you modify a dinosaur genetically? And they showed more of them causing chaos and Chris Pratt trying to take control of the situation, and so that it was nothing like a Terminator Genesis is a trailer. Now, I won't promise not to ruin that trailer for anyone. Just because if you want to
Let's
be
call it like it
surprised by the
is.
movie,
No, no,
don't see the
no, no.
trailer. But the thing was, there's a I knew of the
Call
plot
it like it
twist
is.
just
Let's just
because
call it.
there was a huge.
Let's just call it like it is. Let's just call it like it is. Jeremy John was right. They're giving away too much on Terminator. They are
Yeah.
literally giving you the main plot. They gave away the
The
big reveal.
twist.
They
Yeah,
gave. How do you do that?
I
How do
can
you?
see the excuse of, there was a huge leak a little bit earlier from the trailer, but still, no, when, someone sees a trailer,
What leak?
they're, oh, God, well, they basically stated the reveal, like the script was leaked, so a bunch of sites, had reported on that. So if no one like yourself had known about that, they could watch the trailer with a non-spoiler trailer with the all the major plot things being revealed. The trailer is supposed to give interest in a movie, not saying that's what's going to happen. I mean, I only like trailers that do that when it's a sucky movie, so I can spend like 2 minutes of my time instead of 2 hours.
Look, look. I'll call it like this. A trailer is supposed to get you pumped up and ready for the movie. A trailer is not supposed to give every detail of a movie, because when you do that, it tells me that everything else about the movie is garbage. You gave away probably one of the biggest reveals that you know is going to be at the very end or the last third of the film. Once you do that, there is no reason for audience to show for your movie.
No,
And for a franchise, and for a franchise like Terminator, you don't want to do that. That should never have been revealed. Ever. This is a classic case of giving us too many trailers and showing too much.
yeah,
Um, I don't know. Again, I don't know nothing about the Jurassic World. I only saw one trailer. I felt that was the only thing I needed to see, one trailer.
I,
I'm not that keen on the Jurassic Park trailer, but
no,
I do like some of the
the
good stuff they
Jurassic
have.
World trailer, I promise, does not betray you like the Terminator Genesis trailer. Oh god. I'm sorry. I'm just the only reason
I
I
hope
can come
not.
up with news for the movie is because I write for a Terminator fan site, so there's like some things like I can't escape.
No, like I said, this is to me. You liked it. I'm holding judgment for now. I'm not gonna go nuts about it right now. I will say this: the one advantage that Jurassic World do have, unlike the first two movies, is not gonna have a big promotional thing. Jurassic Park one and even two, they really promotional on the film. Three, none at all, and it doesn't look like four is gonna be it. Steven Spielberg is attached to it as a producer. That's a good sign. Um, I think if they give us something original, I think the film would be fine. If it's the same old, no, people are not gonna like it. I'm just gonna keep it real. So it's all it really is, but it's a good kind of toss up because it has been some amount of years, and it does feel like years have passed since the original trilogy. So let's cross our fingers
There was no
and
third
hope
movie.
they be good.
Just
So
saying.
hopefully, all right. We went from from talking about the hate of Josh Whedon to Bobby Brown to this Jurassic Park series. Now we have to talk about the Daily Show. I'm a late boomer of the Daily Show. I knew it existed a long time ago. I never really fully watched it until like a few years ago. I thought John Stewart, was actually very good. I enjoyed his some show. Hearing him quitting did surprise me because I think he made that show work. Mind you, he wasn't the original host. That was the whole thing. He was not the first person who did it. He was the second host, and I believe they already named his replacement. I have not seen him took over the show yet,
Yeah,
but
I
lately
believe
Fox has been taking jabs. Fox has been taking jabs of him, which is kind of funny because what they were saying is that he cannot help but make fun of them. He hates Fox News. I think he doesn't hate Fox News. He is satire. He makes fun of everyone. That was his job. I He said some things that were interesting. He said this they seemed to lost focus. There wasn't really much to really add on to the political world, and he basically think he was burnt out. I think he was done. Um, it's sad because I think he really, in many ways, whether he liked it or not, he did impact the political world in many ways. There's no question about that. A lot of stuff he did have impacted the way political news was thinking about certain things, to even some things that actually landed a lot of politicians in hot water. I'll give you a perfect example. The vets, the people who was cleaning the asbestos when the 9/11 hits, these guys, um, at the risk of their own health, their own lives, to clean up the mess that would happen at 9/11. And yet, these guys couldn't get the funds or the medical treatment they needed after the fact. And it was pretty much, they were stonewalling. They wasn't one of the Congress wouldn't want to vote on it, and the Daily Show had brought attention to it, to the point where Congress was shamed into passing some laws to help get the help and treatment these guys, these men and women needed, because needed to help move on. People were dying because of what they have done, cleaning up the rubble in at the at Ground Zero, which is formerly known as the World Trade Center. It is very satire had to do that, but that's what he did. He made an impact. There's also that senator from Carolina, where he basically said that blacks are lazy, don't want to work, and had a hard time saying he wasn't a racist, which was hilarious. He didn't know how to know how to say it, and that ended up him getting fired. And what's ironically is that actually changed the scope, because a lot of politicians thought twice before entering in that show, because if they say something wrong, it will be used literally against them. Um, Another thing he brought to attention is how a lot of politicians. This is one episode I actually love. They want to talk about the Bible, how it's supposed to guide them, how it's supposed to be part of the laws, and
Okay.
yet, one, and yet this is a hilarious one. The one person asked one question and one question only, and it really sparked how much BS some of these politicians have. And the question was, recite the Ten Commandments, and he couldn't do it.
Well,
Yet
I
these,
haven't been Catholic for a few years, but I think I can get like the majority of them at least. Thou shalt not have other gods before me. Thou shalt respect thy mother and thy father. Thou shalt not hold false witness. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Sorry.
one person couldn't do one, but
Holy
that
fuck!
was
I
the
did like
point.
4 or 5. It's okay. Thou shalt not
But
covet. Okay, I stopped.
hey,
So I don't know.
this
So
this
they
is
couldn't do
this is the
one?
thing. One,
Sorry.
one. It was hilarious. You're telling me to all this talk about the Bible, you couldn't say one Ten Commandment, one. But this is the point about why, as much as this was satire, fake news, it was still important news, because it really reflects how ridiculous some of these politicians can get when it comes to their views. And that's what Jon Stewart has done. He took that show further. And I don't think nobody else can do what he did. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure they're going to stay the same way. It's not going to change the format, but I think according to the host, it's going to be a whole different tone to the format than what we're used to. Because the original host, which name escapes me for reasons I don't know, had a different focus on the news. Jon Stewart had a more political focus on the news. I don't know what this news host is going to do. He's going to have a different focus on the news. They're all going to have the same format, but it's going to be focused differently depending on what the host is. Um, as for what Fox said, look, Fox, little note for you. You wasn't the only one he made fun of. He made fun of Fox. He made fun of CNN. He made fun of NBC. He made fun of a whole lot of a lot of news areas. He made fun of the Democrats. He made fun of Republicans. He made fun of the independents. He made fun of anyone that was in politics, was in the news, and had pretty much idiotic statements. My most hilarious moment last year was the Toronto mayor. It was hilarious. It was funny. He did a great job. It was. It's
I,
still one of my favorite things.
I used to be more in tune with a Daily Show. Like that's something. No, I'd wake up and I watch the previous nights, and now I don't really watch it as much. But it's still really close and dear to my heart. So hearing Jon Stewart leave, I'm like, Colbert just left recently. You can't, go.
Well, I just think he's been doing it for a long time. So
Oh, I
if
just
he
want
is
to say
leaving, he's still.
your picture has like just frozen for like the past 5 or 6 minutes.
Well, to make you feel better, your picture froze in a good two moment times too. I just didn't say anything.
Okay, I just wanted to
So
make
we
sure,
both.
you know.
So we were even. So, but like I said, he's been still. Stewart has been doing it for years. So if he is leaving, in my opinion, he's leaving while he's still on top, and that's the best way you want to go. While you're on top, you don't want to overstay your welcome. And as far as those who want to get ready to bash on him, I got news for you. We've been getting on you guys for what 15 years now, 15, 13 years. I think he has more weight than you guys combined. I'm sorry, And let's be realistic. You're gonna miss John Stewart. Fox don't want to admit it. You're gonna miss him. Because as much as you hate to admit it, he did bring attention to you guys more so than what you realize. Right? Keep him. It's crazy. I would not have known some of you guys at Fox News if it wasn't for Jon Stewart. Young Turks didn't do that. Phil Packman didn't do that. None of the liberal news have done that. Jon Stewart has. Give him at least credit for that, and you gotta respect the guy. Some of the stuff he was saying wasn't all BS. I'm just saying. So, John, you did great. You will be missed, and I hope whatever project you do after that will be welcome by your fans. Anything you want to say about it?
I just don't want him to go. I just, like I mean, I'm still getting over Colbert leaving his own show, and now
Yeah,
it's like a little bit later. I'm like, you can't do this to me. So, yeah, there's no constants in life, but whatever Jon Stewart does after The Daily Show, I wish him the best. I know he directed a movie called Rosewater that I haven't seen yet, but so he might become a director. I just really hope him the best of whatever he does. And your picture finally unfroze. Or it froze again.
well, if it makes you
Hello.
feel better, Jason Colbert will be hosting. Will be hosting. We'll be hosting the late show once
Yeah,
David
I know,
Letterman
but
finally. When is
it
David
won't
Letterman
be with
retiring?
his Colbert persona, that we've been used to for the past forever.
Well, he was making fun of Bill O'Reilly, so he can't make fun of Bill O'Reilly on a late show. It won't work.
I know, but it's still like I'm missing my. So I know Colbert is going to be there in a different form, but it's not going to. But I'm sort of excited and nervous at the same time. That's like I know it's not going to be my
I,
Colbert, but
I
it's
think
going to
he'd
be
be
a
fine.
Colbert.
I think he'd be fine. I mean, has he officially left his own show format, or he's doing?
No, he
He
ended
doesn't
his
have to
show.
leave the show. I mean,
No, the Colbert Report has ended. I watched the final episode.
okay, so he's basically finished with Comedy Central. You still got reruns, so you're all right.
I know, but still,
You can go to Goes and Barnes and Nobles. Go get the episode, get the first season, and you'll be all right. I mean, I'm pretty sure
I'll
they have
watch
something
it and
else.
eat some
I'm
ice
pretty
cream
sure they have another
along.
spinoff. It ain't over yet. Something's gonna come up and you're gonna like it too. All right, we got the gossip reel coming up right now. There are some stuff that I've heard about, some stuff that is going down. There's some stuff I actually got it on my computer as we speak. Might as well just talk about this one because I am curious if this is going to pull through. Keep in mind, just because they said it doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. I won't, since you like Disney and since you live not too far from Disneyland, I might as well start with this first. I am actually, this actually caught my eyes. But if you haven't heard this, I don't know if you kept the news with Beauty and Beast lately. There's actually been a casting that may be reported. This is from Hollywood reporters. They claim that Hugh McGregor has been cast as Lermere in Disney's Beauty and the Beast live action
Blah
films.
blah blah. Ewan McGregor. Okay, I'm in.
Lermere, if you remember, is a walking, talking, soup operating candlestick. McGregor so role fits. We don't need to live a live action version of Beauty and the Beast, but that's another issue entirely. Why is Disney so obsessed with making my favorite film into live films? And why did you turn? Never mind. You know what? I'll let you have your picture. But
Good. So it was just like the hat and the
leave
lamp.
it alone.
If you want
Why are
me
they so obsessed? No, 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 no. These are rumors, so I'm gonna let you. We're gonna talk about this. That was one of the rumors that's happened. I don't know how you feel about that.
to,
I know a lot of people was mixed about Magnificent. I thought it was actually a pretty decent film.
it was a good film. Oh,
And for those who want to know what Pirates of the Caribbean's title is, it's called Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man Tells No Tales. That is the film that is being told. It actually has some photographs of one of Jack Sparrow being tied up. Very nice. For Johnny Depp, I hope this will be his comeback film because lately Johnny Depp has been having a slump of years. He has had one bad film after another and one bomb after another. He has yet to have a film that actually was a big box office smash. Nor did he had a film. Are you there?
yeah, I'm here.
I'm not used. Okay. Nor did he had a film that have actually grossed big millions. Um, let's put it this way: um, the Dark Shadows bomb both critically and commercially. Lone Ranger bomb critically and commercially, and I had to sit through watching that film in the hospital um, and watch just how bad that film really was. Another film that which a lot of people wanted to be good, and it turned out to be one of the worst films that came out this year. Transcend,
I like that
which
movie.
didn't make any
I
money
knew you were
and
going to
bombed
say
in the
that.
theater.
I actually like that movie. So, I'm one of the rare few.
Go ahead and say it. Well, he's been on a slump lately. So seeing him in this Pirates of the Caribbean, and look, a lot of people are not very anxious to see another Pirates of the Caribbean. I am actually surprised it actually survived this long. But now we have photographs of the new Pirates of the Caribbean, and many people are not as much talking about it, but not become just one of those cash grab movies. They hope that this is a film that has some life left in it, and they're hoping that Dead Man Ten Hotels will give them that. Here's
I
a story that I'm actually. Go ahead.
I haven't
Go ahead.
seen the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, so I still need to see that one. And so there was really
All
no
right.
as much drive to see it
Here's
as
something.
the previous ones.
Here's something I'm actually hoping that is true. Now, this is rumor. There's not something has been confirmed yet. And when it comes to TV series, you got to be very careful because sometimes a TV series could be confirmed, and sometimes it's just something that's being thrown out there just to get a reaction. It's getting a reaction for me. Galaxy Quest may be a TV show. Now, those who don't remember, Galaxy Quest,
Was this Galaxy Quest a previous TV show called Star Trek? Get it because
hey,
it was a parody
but this one is a parody, and I actually love this movie. I really did love this movie. I actually thought this was one of the most underrated films that came out. I actually didn't even give it much thought because I'm not a big fan of this actor, which for some reason is not getting the name. That's how bad it is. Should get his name. He's been in three Santa Claus movies, but not a big fan of him. I am a fan of Sigourney Weaver and everybody else who was in that film. Tim Allen, thank you. Finally got his name. I'm not a fan
Oh,
of Tim Allen,
I
so
knew. I was wondering if you were being sarcastic or not because I knew exactly. We had a mind meld there. I knew exactly what name you were thinking.
yeah,
Star Trek, get it, get
I'm
it?
not a big fan of
Excuse
him.
me.
hmm But there is now talk of a possible TV series. They didn't say whether it'll be on regular TV, cable, or even Netflix. And you got to put Netflix there because Netflix has been branching from just a video streaming channel to a television network channel that you can stream all the episodes at once. But this is something that is that has a chance. It's being shopped around, and excuse me. Hopefully, it can be lifted off the ground, if not next year, but probably the year after that. Um, I say the chance is slim because, again, it's one of those things. What made Galaxy Quest so good is because it was a spoof. And it did a great job. You had, pretty much Star Trek wannabes like you want to refer, who were, typecast as this TV show, and they couldn't get anything else. You have one actor who pretty much was bitter because he wasn't big anymore. And what ended up happening was they ended up going on a real galaxy adventure. It was full of very fun hijinks and also a very good action sequence, but it was a very well done comedy. I really did enjoy this movie, and I don't know if it did any good in the box office. I didn't check the box office, but I know it had a lot of people following this film. And now it's 1999. This film came out. How many years is that since then? From
I,
1999
I,
to now.
I'm an English major. You do the math. Good fuck. Okay, let's hang
A
on.
good, almost good. 18
Okay.
years.
Oh, I was just about to get out the calculator.
18 years since this movie came out. That's going to be something that I'm very very hopeful for. I don't know if it can work as a spoof TV show, but then again, anything is possible. Um, some new cast member rumors. For those who want to know, David Ayer has been cast from Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad has been giving a lot of news of late, including the person they picked for the new Joker, which I'm kind of surprised they want to put it in here. Harley Quinn has been cast. Even I'm starting with this. Will Smith has been cast as one of the members of the Suicide Squad, and I say that's more shocking to me because I'm gonna kill it like it is. He can't play a bad guy,
Oh,
in
good.
my opinion.
Winter's Tale when he played the devil. One of the most
Who?
amusing
Will
things in
Smith?
that movie.
Will Smith has been forever typecast as a good guy in film. There are certain people who can never play a bad guy. There are certain people who can never play a good guy. They're just cast that way. Like for instance, you seen Eva Green's movies, right?
Seeing what?
Have you seen anything of Eva Green, the
Uh,
actress?
Dark Shadows, I remember. I can't. I've probably seen her in
Yeah,
other shit, but I can't remember.
she is she is she is so awesome, but yet you can easily tell just how the look alone. You can tell, yeah, she is born to play a bad girl. There's no way around it. She has that look, she has the beauty, and she has the talent to pull off this beautiful Black Widow actress who you don't want to cross and you don't want to keep your eyes off because she will destroy you. That's how much Eva Green is, and I'm a big fan of Eva Green. I think she's a wonderful actress, which, by the way, thought she was underused in Sin City. I really thought she was. But she's one of those actresses that I'm afraid that she works better when she's playing a bad guy, bad girl, than playing a nice church princess. You've been quiet.
I haven't been quiet.
You're
Fuck. Um,
very quiet.
I'm sorry. You've been talking, and I don't, and I've interrupted you often enough this podcast. So online you have your piece.
All right. The next rumor coming out on the rumor wheel: a new Muppet show. Now, I don't mind the Muppets coming back on TV, even though they did, I believe, two failed attempts to try it. This attempt is not going to be for kids, though. A new Muppet show that will be more adult oriented.
What
Um,
the Muppets are, kids, nice kid thing
now,
that
don't.
adults enjoy.
Well, thing is, it's not going to be explicit. That's one thing I got to do.
Yeah,
But it
I
says,
know,
according to
but
NBC, apparently wants to revive the Muppet Show that will be more adults than the previous incarnation. People familiar with the matter describe the show, which could reveal a straight to series order, is having a 30 Rock feel that's certainly different from the Muppets we all grew up loving. Now, I've seen a few 30 Rock episodes. 30 Rock is good for 30 Rock. I don't think is good for the Muppets. I think the
yeah,
Muppets got to be very, very careful with.
the 30 Rock I can watch maybe an episode and a half of. It's just comedies I can't really deal with that well because my brain just doesn't wrap around them. And 30 Rock wasn't one of the comedies that I really like, catching now and again. I'm like one of the like
Hmm.
point zero zero
I
zero
think you're gonna like
one.
this. Mhm. I think you're gonna like this one though. You ready?
Okay.
I want you to put down your calendar for July 22nd, 2015. This has been confirmed. The time will be 9 p.m. Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No, will be released at that date on Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh, look! I knew there was a third one coming out. I didn't know the release date. I'm a nice
Yes,
B movie fan, and I loved the first two. Not because they were
I
good
know.
quality, but they were totally fucking insane.
But
Did they
I'm
show us?
giving you this as a surprise. Sharknado 3, the most dumbest title I've ever seen, Oh Hell No, has been scheduled to be released on July 22nd, 2015 at 9 p.m. as part of the Sci-Fi Channel summer movie lineup. I am only imagining what other stuff they have because
Oh, God, that's the only
oh
thing
god.
I think I might be looking forward to that more than Age of Ultron.
Well, you
Like
like
we've
B-rated
been
movies.
outdone.
This is in your category.
What?
You like B-rated movies anyway, so this is
Oh,
right up
yeah.
your alley.
B movies, yeah.
Get it? I don't even know if you consider this B-movies. Um, M. I. Shyamalan. His name is back on the list.
The
He's
Visit.
going back to horror. Yes, The Visit. Um, I think this is actually a good thing for him because um, one thing I will definitely say about Shyamalan, he does good with the horror elements. suspense horror especially. He doesn't do good with action. I'll tell you that right now. He does good with suspense horror. So this may be the break he needed. He may bring him back.
I'm
And
just I
go
liked
ahead.
the trailer, but the only thing I'm sort of weary about is I'm not a big found footage person, and it seems like that's what it's going to be. So I'm like wary. I mean, Project Almanac, while not totally the best movie ever, it was still really enjoyable to watch. So I'm just always weary of found footage. I sort of want the genre to die. It's just
Well,
like because the problem is like these shitheads are like holding the cameras in situations of why the fuck would a normal person be doing this? And I think the original intention of found footage was to make everything appear real and get the audience more invested. I can't do that. I mean, I was scared by the Blair Witch Project, but it was still a shitty movie.
no, I'm not a fan of Blair Witch Project. I got to do a flashback review on that. So thank you for reminding me about. I got to reminisce about Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, which wasn't even Blair Witch at all. But I'll leave my rant for the time. Some official we I got some official confirms, other official confirms. Full House will officially be coming back to Netflix. It is going to be named Fuller House, so they're going back to that. They still don't know who's going to come back for the show or not, but there is definitely going to be doing it Netflix only. There's also been confirmed that Lego Batman and Lego movie sequel will be revealed soon. Um, so they're gonna have two Lego movies coming out instead of one. Um, there's also been some talk and ramblings about the Fantastic Four film. People are actually liking how they did Doom. I have mentioned this before in the Copy 60 that people were angry because the Doom looked like, and rightfully so, looked like a guy who just had put a plastic bag on his head and to pretend to be Doom. But keep in mind that was the first product, so we we now got the finished product, and needless to say, it got people having their jaws drop. Interesting. Sony, this is something that they have talked about for a while now. Sony is pushing forward to doing another Invisible Man movie. Um, the last Invisible Man movie uh, was actually was actually done in the '90s with Chevy Chase. Not a very good movie at all, right away. And that was the last time we ever seen the Invisible Man. And talked about rumors that Star Trek 3 may actually have a title known as Star Trek Beyond. Um, I don't know if that sound right or not, but hey, let's see what happens. Um, so that's pretty much all there is to it with the rumor reel. Um, again, my initial feelings is that I'm still curious about how Full House is going to be done. At least it's going to be done on Netflix, and I think this will make it the official first family show they're actually going to put on their network. So on a streaming on a stream. So good luck with that. The guy wanted it. He Steve Sackett. He wanted this show to go on the air. So it's kind of interesting to see it. The new generation and the old generation collide. And you got Sharknado, so you should be happy.
I am happy. A Sharknado 3, baby. And you say the third title for the third one's dumb, but the title for the second movie was the second one. Like someone like
And this one
spent
is
half a
called
second.
the third one is called Oh Hell No. So
It's not as it's
we
it shows a little more effort than the title of the second movie, which was the second one.
I can't for the life of me I can't understand why people see in this movie. I mean this made the theater for one day. One day. They just said we're gonna put it in one day and you can get out. It made money and that's crazy. That's even
Oh
more
shit! I
crazy.
just I should have known about that, I should have gone to the theater. I should have been like the first one there.
It's
Me
on
and then
selected theater. They're not
like
gonna show it every theater though. I'll say this though, it's a vibe. I tell you that. I still enjoy watching that review that Chris Stuckman had done with Creature. It really is. All right. I think we just about covered everything. We actually did almost a 2 hour show, I believe.
oh
And
well,
yeah, we did a two. I think we did a 2 hour show. It's 4:41 in my time.
yeah, it's
I forgot. I think
4:41
we
too.
started.
We're both in the same time zone.
So I think we almost did a 2 hour show. I think that we did enough. Um, Before we go, yes, this will be on Matic Expression, the first video I have posted on Matic Expression in such a long time. Um, so this is a part of the Matic Expression family. Also, for those who don't know, those who didn't see my Twitter, which I think I only have 100 followers. Come on, guys, give me some more love.
Follow him,
Um,
Dockerly77 on
uh,
Twitter. Come on, go. I know the ladies looking think he's a catch, so you ladies, go after.
Josh Reed is finally up. No, Josh Reed is something new that Johnson has been doing. Is on our new channel right now. If she wants, she can send you guys a link to a channel. Give it a check out, especially those like Reed. Go right on ahead and check it out. It's very awesome. It's great. For more information, you can go to Johnson's YouTube channel or to the page. I'm sure she'll give you all the information and all the links to our new stuff.
I
Go
have
check it out.
the
Also,
Josh Reads. If you go to my sort of channel homepage and other channels or whatever on the side, there's going to be a link to Josh Reads, so you can find it that way.
so go right on. So as there you have it, right there, Josh Reads. So you guys can check it out right there. I think she have a new episode coming out next week. I
Yeah.
might well tell you this: we'll have a show next week. And if we don't, we're still gonna have a show based on this. It's gonna be a very special show. It's gonna be a free fall, but it's also gonna be talking about a very personal, not so much personal, but more about sex and how it affected our lives in terms of entertainment world from from the 80s even to now. I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 1977, but I consider myself an 80s kid because that's when I really started getting into the culture of movies and how it affected me in terms of TV, movies, and music. Josh Kid is more of a 90s child.
Yeah, I
She
was born in
has so hard.
1986, the year the Challenger blew up. That's how I remember
Yep.
my first year.
So she can tell you stuff of our experience and how the movie affected us. Now there is going to be a catch though. I'm actually putting a restriction on this channel. You have to be 18. That's the rules. I don't know if Madden Special have that same restriction, but I'm pretty sure they will, fix that. I'm pretty sure Les and James Daniel Walls will be on top of that. But don't worry, it's not going to be explicit, at least from my end. I don't know what words
You're
should come
in
out of Johnson's
implicit. Sorry.
end.
You're a black guy. You're
But it
you're a
is.
black man. The backside of you isn't what you're going to have to worry about being explicit.
Well, I'll say this. It is going to be a mature show. It's not going to be a fun show, but it is going to be something that I really wanted to talk about for years because I had a lot of one. It affected how I felt about horror films, and not a positive light. Two, how Hollywood depicted sexuality, both in a good and in a negative way, and how it really must change over the years, including now. So that's going to be a very special show. It's a free fall, so it's not going to be based on any article. It's just me, Josh, talking about it. We are hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, get one more guest. I'm actually hoping that Punchy will join us if he can. And we'll be pretty much one of those things that we will discuss because it is important, especially those who live in a very scary world of the AIDS crisis. It was very scary. It was a world of hysteria. Nobody knew what it was, and Hollywood, in one way, had played an important role to get the message out. But in another way, they also played a very dangerous message on how young people think. So this is one of those shows that we will be discussing. And keep in mind, this is not just a one and done thing. We'll be talking about that in the future, but not like part one, part two, but in the future because it is one of those things that is very important. And I'm also going to do something else for Mass Expression. Those who are watching this, if you have a suggestion of the show, please put it down in the comment section. We'll love to hear it. And if you want to be a part of the show, let me know. Let Jessica know. She will get back to me. She knows how to get back to me very, very quickly, and we'll have to discuss because it's a very important discussion. And those who have lived in 80s, 90s, even today, I know you guys have a lot to say about how films, TV shows, and just even music had depicted sexuality. So that's next week's show. I might as well just give you that heads up what's going to be the show. I don't have any shout outs today, but keep in mind I'm working on other projects. So the stuff that I already mentioned, it's going to be filtered out as the days go on. I had to postpone again because of something that someone had done that needed my legal attention, but that's as far as I'm going to go. Josh can knows about it. Sorry, I can't discuss it right now because of that reason. But in any case, the stuff I'm going to bring out, it will be filtered out. I'm pre-recording it now as I speak. When I get on, I'm actually going to do a lot of recordings and then I'll start filtering it down. So you will see it as the days go on. Josh, you have any shot on any promotions you want to do before we say goodbye?
Okay. Yesterday, I did my podcast of Josh Talks, and we had a new guest on called Jen. And so if you view it on YouTube or my blog, you can find a link to her YouTube channel, and I suggest checking her out. She might be in future episodes of. Damn it! I don't know. Yeah, we've already mentioned Josh Reed's, and the first two chapters of Amorous #1, The Invasion by Kay Applegate, are out, and hopefully late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, and by early Thursday morning, I mean like 2 a.m., I'll hopefully have chapters 3 and 4 out. And, yeah, I'm actually doing a bunch of video covers for videos to sort of make it a little more professional with, my kitties. So if you miss seeing the bunch of kitties, or as some people call them, stuffies from me, they're going to be making a nice little comeback.
All right. So we're gonna be doing a lot of busy stuff. She's gonna be a very busy woman this whole week. And believe me, if you see her work, it's worth checking out. Trust me, guys. You're not gonna be disappointed. Her opinions are great. Her view on culture is great. But most importantly, her knowledge of books and the stuff she loves is phenomenal. You will not be disappointed. Well, gentlemen, that's all we have for today of Josh Talk. Another very solid hour without any interruptions. Thank God. And until next week, guys, this is J77 saying take care, be safe. I'll talk to you soon. Josh, say goodbye.
Bye. And I hope you don't encounter any more guys in underwear on the train saying they're adults. I was waiting all episode to say that.